Benintendi, the DH. Tristan Peters, who briefly spent some time with the Rays in center. Andres, Herrera, and Romo, 7, 8, and 9 are rounded out.
Well, let's take a look at Griffin Jack's numbers as a starter. He had 11 games coming out of the bullpen, but 17 as a starter. He's 5-6, ERA of 3.24. Very good there, a good whip. And how about the strikeouts per 9? He's done a really good job. We talked about it in the open coming in. Really good job with strike one. Get ahead of these hitters, and then he'll start to expand from there. He's been extremely efficient as a starter, too. Just over 14 pitches per inning.
And Griffin Jack's first pitch is a ball. Pretty good stuff right there. 95 to start things, and he didn't miss by much.
He did not miss by much. You see the 4-seam, 2-seam fastball combo at a 38% combined, and then here comes the sweeper, the changeup, moving balls in different directions. That's the other thing that Jax does a really good job of. You think about the 2-seam fastball with the arm side run, the sweeper to the glove side, and then that changeup that he'll try to bury with a little bit of depth.
And he's really taken to the starting role. The Rays kind of cornering the market on that transition. There's strike two. It's 1 and 2. 17 starts, an earned run average of 3.24 as a starter.
I mean, and think about it. They have done it 4 times in the last 6 seasons.
Yep.
It started with Drew Rasmussen, Jeffrey Springs, Zach Littell, Griffin Jax. By the way, they're not doing this in the offseason and doing, the build isn't through spring training. The build is during a competitive major league season. You don't see that, and the Rays have done it 4 times here in recent history. All successfully, by the way.
You used to see guys maybe toward the end of their careers make that move to the bullpen. At one point in the game, that was fairly normal. But very seldom the other way, and the Rays just do that with no problem, apparently.
Yeah, and you would figure that if that was in the cards, if that was the plan, we're going to do it in spring training. We're going to talk about that's going to be our off-season plan, and we're going to build you up through spring and have you ready to go. The Rays are doing it like in late April, early May, and you're going to go 2, 3, 4, we'll get you to 5 or 6, and then off you go as a starter. But during games that count, they have the best record of the American League.
Well, it's working out.
It is, and it's worked out in every. Every case. Look at Drew Rasmussen. Look what 2-time All-Star. Jeffrey Springs, outside of being injured, fantastic. Zach Littell was outstanding for the Rays. And now Griffin Jax has seamlessly transitioned.
On the ground, second base, knocked down, picked up, and Valade cannot get the throw away. So Ryan Valade at second base is charged with an error, and Antonacci is aboard to begin this game.
Not a lot of time for Ryan Valade at second base either. In fact, we see him most of the time he's in the outfield, getting the opportunity here, and that ball just rattled around in the glove. It never got into the pocket, and so it was not secure.
So a base runner aboard. Here's Murakami. Takes the pitch wide. Chicago first baseman.
Well, the one thing that Griffin Jax has done a really good job of this year is being able to get the ground ball double play. More of those than anybody on the Rays staff. 10 of them.
2-0.
You can see right. We've seen this during the course of the series. The Rays trying to attack Murakami with the hard stuff at the top of the zone because of his swing path. Don't feel like that he can get to that pitch. The problem is when you're missing to the top side, and all of a sudden it's 2-0, advantage starts to swing in Murakami's favor.
Yeah, there's a call strike. 2-1. Well, Murakami has 4 home runs in his last 7 games.
That's why.
And there's a cut and a miss up there.
Yeah.
It's 2-2.
And that's the other interesting thing. We talked about his hit profile yesterday and how he doesn't chase very often. He's in the 93rd percentile for chase. The Rays have gotten him to chase all over the place in this series, including right there. That ball was up around his neck.
Two. Strike 3 called on that inside part of the plate, and he is caught looking We're out number one.
Was he holding the ball that long for Antonacci at first, or to get Murakami kind of settled into his routine?
I think it was for the hitter.
He froze him.
Yep.
I mean, he held that ball forever. And really, it's a double-edged sword. You take a look at our Advent Health strike zone, and he's able to put it right on the edge of that zone and get the call. Standing comeback there for Jax.
Ball one to Miguel Vargas.
As much as you're trying to get that base runner to kind of sink into his heels a little bit, yeah, a hitter doesn't want to be at the ready forever too, and they only get that one time out. So
Skied right side. Aranda back at first, foul ball, and he's got it for the out. 2 gone.
Let's take a look at the rest of that Rays defense and see how it's going to line up in that outfield left to right. We've got Chandler Simpson, Cedric Mullins, and Johnny DeLuca. Infield third to first, Junior Caminero. Ben Williamson gets the call at short with Ryan Valade and Jonathan Aranda wrapping it up, with Nick Fortes getting the call behind the plate.
Well, there is Ryan Valade out there at second base. He has been willing and able to play in different spots, infield, outfield, and a big part of the bench and the depth on this club. Montgomery fouls this one, and so Valade making the start at second base to get another right-handed bat in the lineup. Montgomery with a good pop in that bat over to first. And Antonacci is back in.
How about the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in that White Sox lineup? 24, 23, 25 home runs. Third in the league as a team in home runs.
Out in front on the changeup, nicely done. 0-2. Yeah, they're third in the league, fifth in the major leagues.
Yeah.
So when you think about both American and National League, fifth there, they've got some pop.
And it was surprising them coming in. They lead the American League in runs per game.
Yep.
How about that? Not too bad from a team that has lost over 100 games the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, they're averaging 4.75 runs per game. Hot shot, that's going to be fair. Over the bag, down beyond the bullpen, kicking back to DeLuca. And they're going to stop the runner, Antonacci at third on the double by Montgomery.
I'll tell you, that was well played by Johnny DeLuca, because that had a chance. You know, Antonacci obviously running on contact has a chance that maybe he's going to be able to score, but DeLuca did a good job of playing that ball well off the short wall. Trying to go with that 2-seamer in, and it leaked right back to the middle of the plate. That's what allowed Montgomery rip this ball down the line. But then watch DeLuca come in off that short wall, angle himself to be able to bare hand, step, and throw. That was an outstanding job. Don't even give the White Sox any thought that Antonacci is going to be able to score there.
Yeah, we've seen DeLuca do a lot of good things in the outfield. And that was one of them right there. Benintendi fouls it back.
You know, if you're not aware and you take a deeper angle, now you've got to run way up, and that just gives the base runner more time, because again, he's running on contact. But he played that very well. Victor Mesa Jr., we've seen him play very well out there too.
He did not go 1-1. Well, the advantage of knowing your own ballpark too.
Right.
Ballpark and the angles. Second and third, 2 outs, 1-1 the count. That change up, got him out in front, 1-2. Benintendi, 246 overall, but he's been good with men in scoring position. You can see what he's done against Griffin Jax, 5 for 14, so those are pretty healthy numbers as well. Jax with the jump on him right now. And a little roller halfway to the mound, a bobble, and a quick throw. Safe the call. And the mistake will cost the Rays a run. Oh, he was out of it and could not make the play. So that's an error. Run scores.
An excuse me swing right there by Benintendi, and it looks like it's going to end the inning. He doesn't want to swing at it. He hits it though, and then here's your play. Well, that right there is the problem. Griffin Jax never let that ball get to his glove. He put the glove out and then tried to barehand it. Boy, that's when the play came apart, and let's see. Yeah, he's there. Think about this run the White Sox have scored. Routine ground ball to second base.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden that play right there. And Griffin Jax, he had more time than he thought. I think there was a little panic there because the ball wasn't hit that hard. And so as the glove went down and the hand was in front, he's like, I'm just going to grab it with my hand.
Yep.
And wasn't able to.
And even after that visit by Kyle Snyder, you could see the frustration. Jax with that rosin back, firing it to the top of the mound.
Like he just scored a touchdown.
Yep. Well, here's Tristan Peters. Well, limit it to this is the idea now. And there is ball one.
And I don't think that meeting had anything to do with strategy. That's trying to calm your pitcher down. That's all. Because he was the one that made that mistake. And you're just trying to get that out of his head, encourage him, and then let him go.
Stairs 2-0. So 2 errors in the inning. A double in between, and a run is scored with men now at first and third. Yeah, there's a strike. Sweeping that one in there to get the called strike on a 2-0 count. 2-1 now. Tapper foul. 2-2. I'll tell you, it's good to have that 2-0 pitch he made with a sweep. You know, that's his reliable pitch and very effective with it.
He did the same thing. The 2-0 pitch to Murakami. It was the sweeper to get back into that count.
2-2. Foul. Fastball. Well, he's been averaging a little over 15 pitches per inning. This one now about to be at least a 27 pitch first. And pitch down and in, and now a runner breaks, and they're going to steal another run. Boy, the White Sox pulling that one off, and it's 2-0.
And the Rays don't get the out, and that's all the White Sox were trying to do, was give you the out, but not before the run scores. And the Rays don't even take the out. They've given up 3 outs already this inning on top of the 2 they have. Right, there he goes, delayed steal. You throw it, now you're thinking about coming home. Well, forget that. And then Ben Williamson gave up too much ground. Yep. As he's coming in thinking about making that play towards home plate. Now as he tries to circle back, he's too far away. Wow.
It goes into the books as a double steal. And it's just like that, 2-0. And a swing and a miss. Peters is out on strikes. Well, the Rays will come in trailing 2-0, shaking their heads.
Do you know what's in original?
Quick look at the lineup for the Rays, brought to you by Orlando Health. Yandi's going to lead it off, followed by Jonathan Aranda, and then Junior Caminero, Valade, Simpson, DeLuca, Williamson, Mullins, and Fortes to complete it.
Well, taking them out this afternoon for the Chicago White Sox is going to be left-hander Anthony Kay, making his 21st start of the season, 23rd game. Record of 7-5, an ERA of 4.25. Allowed 14 home runs and 103 2/3 innings.
Yandy will take the first pitch upstairs.
Boy, he mixes it up, doesn't he? The 4-seam fastball, 2-seam combined at 41%. He'll sweep it, cut it, change up, slider on top of the sweeper.
Yandy lifts a fly ball to right. Herrera out there, backs up now. Had a little trouble with that one, but made the adjustment to make the catch. One gone.
I want to illustrate that route. Well, let's take a look at who's going to be joining Everson Pereira in that outfield. It's going to be Sam Antonacci and Tristan Peters, infield third to first. Miguel Vargas, Colson Montgomery, Chase Mydroth, and Munetaka Murakami with Drew Romo behind the plate.
Yeah, and if you get a chance to diagram that, ground ball down to first. Hey, that's going to take a hop on Murakami, and Aranda is aboard. Wow, how about that?
This isn't even a nooner. This is 140 start.
Telling you. Well, the Rays have a base runner right there. Murakami found himself a bit in between.
Yeah, that chop ate him up. You're absolutely right, Dwayne. Watch, he doesn't know what to do. And he goes to the backhand and gets a real tricky hop and just not able to come up with it clean.
Junior Caminero takes a pitch down. Ground ball to third. Vargas to second, over to first, around the horn, and so after the error, a ground ball double play. We're at the end of one, 2-0 White Sox. A 2-0 ball game as we got the second inning. Chase Mydroth is going to be the leadoff man here. Griffin Jack's back out there on the hill. And a long drive off that first pitch down the line. And that will be a foul ball. Oh, a home run distance for sure. But foul. And a souvenir. Just happy that it was foul. Mydroth with 9 homers on the year. That's going to catch the edge. 0-2. Oh, it hits the bag. You got to be kidding me. That's a base hit. Big turn. They're going to throw behind him. He is safe. Oh, he just did get back. Boy, I don't know what's in that baseball so far in the early part of this game, but my, oh my.
If this is a video game, you're hitting the reset button. You're like, this can't all be happening, right? I mean, this little excuse me swing. And are you kidding me? Is right, Dwayne. That ball hits the bag, bounds away from Aranda, and then as Mydroth takes a big turn, you got a chance to get him on the backside, and he's able to get back in there. What a frustrating start here for the Rays defensively.
So a runner at first to begin this inning. Here's Pereira, Everson Pereira. Spent a brief time with the Rays. And he looks at a first pitch strike.
This is where you need the ground ball double play. You need something good to happen here. It's been a tough start with the Rays out in the field.
And there is a double play ball. Out at second, across the bag, and out at first. So all you have to do is ask for it, BA. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And the White Sox want to take a look.
This would be par for the course. They get the double play, but they don't get the double play.
Yeah.
That's how this game has started. And they do want to take a look at it. Usually when you're going
challenging the out call at first base.
When you're going this early, you feel pretty good about it. That doesn't look too good. Oh, he's safe.
Yeah, it's
he's safe.
Hard to feel good about it now.
No, and that was so set up for the double play. And the Rays aren't able to do it. And remember, think about the combo that you have working up the middle right now. Valade Williamson.
Yeah.
How many times have they worked together this year?
We're seeing it.
That's right. That's right. I mean, they have not been together, if at all. On the practice field, perhaps.
So,
after review, the call is overturned. The runner is safe. Chicago will retain their challenge.
So out at second on the force. Pereira safe on what turned out to be a fielder's choice. But just survive the first time through the lineup, okay? Stay within reach. And then reset. Romo. The first pitch strike. Romo, the Chicago catcher. He was 1 for 4 in the game Friday. Missed the changeup. 0-2. Rays have Williamson pretty much up the middle from his shortstop spot. About as close to right up the middle as allowed to be. All 2 strikes. And strike 3 called. Romo frozen up there. It is the second out.
His gaze was out over the plate. That's where Jax had been working him, and then all of a sudden he comes with that fastball in, and Romo had no shot. None. I mean, just completely frozen right there as he was looking for something out over.
Now the top side of the lineup again, Antonacci. The left fielder, he reached on an error and scored in the first. Starts to go after that. There's a strike. First runner back. Antonacci in the leadoff spot in all 3 games here for the White Sox. And he has managed to reach in each game with a single, a walk, and in this game an error. Fastball upstairs, 2-1. Foul ball deflected off Cortez.
Uh-oh. Pitch count down.
Well, let's see if the hardware can withstand.
How about that? If it does, I mean, right down. All it did, if it would have hit it straight on, it just knocked it off.
Yeah.
So I would hope that it would be able to handle that. But it's put in some work. It's already got the dirt.
Yes. And it's positioned right there out in the open. 1-2 count. And over the mound. That's picked by Williamson. From short, he makes the play. Bottom half of inning 2. Valade will lead off. You are watching Rays baseball presented by Union Home Mortgage. Bottom of inning 2 coming. Ryan Valade in the cleanup spot for the Rays. First pitch is skied foul. Out of play it goes. Strike 1. Valade 252 with those 9 home runs. The short right got a chance to drop and will. There's a base hit in front of Pereira. The Rays have their first hit and the leadoff man aboard in the second inning. Chandler Simpson.
Taking away the bunt down there at third base.
And there's a bunt right side and picked up by the lefty Kay, and he managed to toss that ball to first in time.
Well, listen, Vargas was not going to let him bunt to third. We saw where he was playing. I mean, he was halfway. So Chandler's going to take the bunt with him. And so it works as a sacrifice. It should work as a hit if you get it by the pitcher. If you get it by the pitcher, it's a base hit. Second baseman's got to come from too far, and that's a great play by Kay. Can't go to third, and then you're trying to get it by the pitcher, and he makes a really nice play on it. You got to give him credit.
Johnny DeLuca fouled right back for a strike. Well, for the first hit and every hit this season, Suncoast Credit Union donates $79 to local nonprofits. Visit suncoast.com/raise for more information. Lifted to the right side. Hydra, the second baseman, in short right. Makes the catch on that one. It's 2 gone. Well, there's Ben Williamson now. Williamson batting .248, takes the ball. Two balls and no strikes. First opportunity here for the Rays to get on the board. And 1.
Kay's got pitch com on his glove, on the thumb of his glove.
How about that?
Yeah, that's an odd place to put it.
Ground ball headed for the shortstop Montgomery. Cross to first, and the Rays leave a runner. We are through 2-0 Chicago.
So we've got.
Well, fans, claim your share of the Rays 50-50 charity raffle jackpot with proceeds supporting youth programming in Tampa Bay. You win big and support the community. Donate and win from home at rays5050.com. Third inning, 2-0 Chicago. Here's Murakami, the first baseman. Taka Murakami. Called out on strikes his first time, down 0-1 here. Taps it foul and puts him behind 2 strikes. Two. Just missed. Balls, 2 strikes. Pulled foul with the screening just beyond the bullpen. Rays and the White Sox dividing the first 2 games. Chicago winning on Friday 6-1. The Rays winning 1-0 in yesterday's game. And there's a swing and miss on the 4-seamer. He got him looking in the first, swinging and missing the 4-seamer up here in the 3rd.
Yeah, and where did he go? Where we have seen Rays pitching go an awful lot against Murakami in this series, right to the top of the zone. This one is not a chase. As you can see, it's right there at the top of the strike zone. Orlando Health slow-mo replay, you can see him drive that 4-seamer, and you see the swing path. That's why the Rays have been trying to elevate that heater against Murakami.
Pitch is 95 in there for a strike.
The batter's challenging the pitch.
And pitch will be challenged.
And lost.
Pitch is a strike.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Right again. Ball and a strike. It's 2 balls and a strike. Three and 1. Count is full. Vargas, the heart of the power in this lineup, 23 homers. Montgomery next is at 25. And that is a strike call. Back-to-back strikeouts. Vargas caught looking.
Yeah, and obviously not looking for that because Griffin Jax just fills up that zone with this 2-seamer. He might be looking for that sweeper, but he stays right behind it and puts it right there. Catches plenty of plate. No argument.
And now it's Colson Montgomery. Trying to get back. Well, that 2-seamer is fun to watch for him. I mean, it caught the outer part of the plate, but it's got just a little tail to it.
Yeah, he uses it very well. It's similar to how Drew Rasmussen uses his. He likes to front door to the left-handed hitters, he will throw it to the other side of the plate like he did against Vargas there. But he likes to run it in on righties too, and that helps set up the sweeper away. You got the pitch that kind of runs in on you, and then the sweeper that runs away from you. Rasmussen, he has been masterful his last few times out.
Boy, he is some kind of fun to watch. And by the way, got a little treat coming up for you. So stay with us here.
What do you got? Oh,
that guy right there.
Oh, okay then. Look at those last two lines.
And a swing and a miss. So Jack strikes out the side. He has 6 in the game now. We're headed into the bottom of the 3rd inning. White Sox with a couple runs in the 1st. And that's been it in the scoring department so far. Jack's kind of finding it here in the last start through this lineup for the 2nd time. And the Rays will be coming in at the bottom of the 3rd. And they are down 2-0. In the meantime, we'll check in with Ryan Bass with a special guest.
I have Drew Rasmussen here with me in between innings. The Rays starter here. A couple of shutouts here on this homestand. But let's go back to Griffin Jackson, what he's done here. Just like you made that transition from the bullpen to the starting rotation. How nasty has his stuff been, Drew?
I mean, we were just talking about it. From an off-speed standpoint, he might have the best stuff in baseball. And then the 2 fastball shapes are incredible as well. And his ability to throw, I mean, 4-seamers at the top and run every off-speed offering off of it. It truly has been amazing to watch.
This is the Active Mike presented by the Active Cash Card. And Drew, for you, how much have you enjoyed the chess match of what you've done, even on this homestand, the back-to-back shutouts against Cleveland and then here against the White Sox? Yesterday we saw the 4-seam fastball start before that. I know you were kind of mixing and matching. How much do you enjoy that process of going against guys like this?
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge trying to figure out what certain lineups handle better than others, and just the work that goes in, right? Like then you see the results at the end, and you know that the preparation was right. That's ultimately what it shows, right? You put in the work, you put in the hours, and then all of a sudden it shows itself on the field.
Everybody talks about your prep. I mean, even Griffin Jackson, who works his butt off, has talked about Drew motivates me to be better. I don't want to give away any trade secrets, but what goes into that preparation for you? Because you are so pristine and you stay on track with that each and every time.
I mean, there's a physical component to it. You got to get the body turned around and ready to roll again. But then on, from a mental standpoint, you got to do your homework on every lineup. Every lineup's just a little bit different, and so having an understanding of what they're trying to accomplish at the plate is it's a goal of mine. And then on top of it, I mean, our analytics team is unbelievable, and the reports they give us, as well as what I've seen over the last couple of weeks, are they usually align with themselves pretty well.
Last thing for you, 41 wins here now at home. That's all of last season. You guys had 41 wins. Obviously, that was at Steinbrenner Field. But how much have you appreciated the way you guys have played here, and what's kind of been key to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just nice to be back in our home. I think this is a place that a lot of our guys are familiar with, a lot of our guys are comfortable with. There's an understanding that it makes opposing teams a little more uncomfortable. So, all of it goes to benefit us. And like I said, we just love being back here.
Home sweet dome. It's been good to you guys this year. Drew, we always appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us, man.
Of course. Thank you, guys.
Dwayne, back up to you.
All right. Thank you very much. And always great to hear from Drew, and almost as much, but not quite as much fun as watching him pitch. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, he is a delight to watch out there.
He is a real, he can, I don't know, he's so precise. That's what you think of. You think about the simple mechanics. You think about, they just talked about all the work that goes into getting ready for your start, understanding the scouting report, then you got to go execute it. And like he said, between what the analytics department gives him and what he sees, they match up pretty well. So if you can go out and execute the pitches, you put yourself in line to have a lot of success, and he has certainly done that.
Well, he had 10 strikeouts in 6 innings yesterday. In fact, Rays pitching now over the last 12 innings have 22 strikeouts. They had 16 yesterday. And Griffin Jackson has 6 today. Here's a popper going to be handled by Mydruth, and Cortez is the second out of the inning. Well, Rays fans, get ready for Kurds in the third. If the Rays score a run in the third inning, you score free Wisconsin cheese curds. Gandhi, top of the order. Pitch worked its way to the plate for a strike. Two and 0. Foul there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mullins struck out. Fortes popped out. And this one is popped up on the infield. The shortstop Montgomery makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the fourth. 2-0 Chicago.
This is it.
Rays TV is brought to you by Advent Health. You are our priority in a medical emergency. By the Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply. And by Amazon. Spend less on your kids for back to school. It's that time. Fourth inning. Chicago scored 2 in the first. Andrew Benintendi opens the fourth inning. This pitch is skied deep to right. DeLuca all the way to the wall and no more room. That one is gone. Benintendi hits his second home run of the series, and that will make it a 3-0 game.
Well, he did a great job of not getting out in front. Watch how he stays behind this curveball. Foot down, and that ball kind of rolls right into that danger area, down and in. Or Orlando Health slow-mo replay, and Benintendi, boy, that stiff front leg stays behind the ball and gets the barrel to it, lifts it just far enough.
Shortens on the bat. Tristan Peters gets that bat back, and that's ball 1.
How about that? The first one off of a breaking ball on the season. 9 of the 11 off the heater.
There's a bunt, third base side, foul.
You know, that I think that is because the pitch came up and in. I mean, if Peters is trying to bunt, he would have had to have been trying to pull it with him. Junior Caminero was playing about 50 feet from him. If he bunts it towards third, he's going to be out before he gets out of the batter's box. Now, all of a sudden, you back up because there's 2 strikes. Probably not going to bunt now.
Lines it into right. That's going to drop. Couple of hops to Johnny DeLuca. Peters is aboard.
Boy, he was able to stay back just long enough on that changeup. Trying to get him out in front. Does a little bit, but he's able to lengthen that swing and get around the baseball and serve it into right.
This is the second baseman, Chase Mydra. And he pops it up on the bunt. And a quick throw across to first, but the runner back. Caminero made the grab, thinking about trying to double up Peters, but he was back on the bag.
Boy, looking to gain momentum any way possible. He did a great job because Junior was crashing on that bunt play, and so he had all his momentum to be able to make the play of the catch. Here he comes. And now you get greedy. Takes a peek.
One on, one out with a run home in the inning. Everson Pereira reached on a fielder's choice his first time, officially nothing of one. He did not offer on that one. 1 ball, no strikes. It's going to be foul. Two. Two runs in the first for Chicago. Benintendi opened the fourth for the home run. They have 3 runs, 4 hits. And a cut and miss. Pereira is out number 2 and strikeout number 7.
So one thing that Griffin Jacks can do is miss bats. Miss bats and lock guys up. Here's the curveball. Orlando Health slow-mo replay. He leaves that right in the middle of the plate and just lets that tight spin take it out of the zone and get the chase.
The catcher, Drew Romo. Not catch up with that one. Strike 1. Peters back in at first.
Seeing more and more of that glove drop by the catcher, signaling to the pitcher to make the throw over.
Oh, 2. Ball foul.
Long hold. Real long hold.
If you're trying to freeze the runner or the hitter, it should be done by then.
Yeah. Froze everybody.
Yep.
I was getting antsy.
You're waiting.
And the thing is, if you want to do that, you've got to come set quick because that clock's ticking.
And a cut and miss. Tag him for the put out there by Fortes. Romo out on strikes. And when we come back, Aranda, Caminero, and Valade due up.
It's the summer sales.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Rays facing the left-hander Anthony Kay. Jonathan Aranda. 1 ball, no strikes. Caminero will follow. And Aranda a little late there. 1-1. Anthony Kay originally drafted by the New York Mets back in 2016. Spent some time in the big leagues and then spent a couple years in the Japanese Central League. 3-1 count. And you talk about a healthy ground ball rate when he was in Japan, 24 and 25. Had a ground ball rate of 60, almost 68%. Peters will make the pickup there, and Aranda is aboard. The Rays pick up their second hit. Aranda on for the second time, reached on an error the first time.
Two-seamer. Good job by Jonathan Aranda. This is what he has done a great job of outside of April. Once he got through the month of April, all of a sudden he started wearing out the middle of the field, and you started to see that average jump and climb. And you love that base runner here with nobody out. See if you can start to try to build something here as you go through the order again.
The liner into right field, well tagged. They're going back to make the catch. Pereira had to turn a couple directions there to draw the beat on that one, and makes the catch. That
ball was laser. Yeah, we saw earlier on this homestand, Junior Caminero hit a ball 110.8 the other way off the top of the wall. An absolute laser. This one not as high, but look how quickly it gets on Pereira, and he had a hard time bringing it in. That ball got on him so quick.
Brian Valade. This pitch is a strike. Screen 0-2. Well, the Rays starting the day 20 games over 500, 65 and 45. Two teams in first place in their respective divisions. We're off the end of the bat, foul. Rays 3.5 in front of New York. 4 in the loss column, and the White Sox 3 games up on the Twins, and likewise 4 in the loss column in the Central Division. Boy, it's really shaping up to be a fun last couple months of the season.
Yeah,
the Central right there.
Now you're getting down to where the teams are around 50 games left. Trade deadline tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. And there are still so many teams that were within striking distance of a spot.
Yep. Yeah, we saw the Central there. Cleveland also 3 games back with identical records. With, the Twins 56-56, both 3 games back of this Chicago team. Short left, that's going to drop. And it's a base hit, big swing. And Aranda stops at second with Valade sacrificing that bat and picking up a base hit.
Did he break his bat on his first hit too? He's had 2 blue pits,
yeah,
one to right,
yep.
one to left. It may have cost him 2 bats, but I think you'd gladly pay that. Keep getting hits. Cuts this ball in, and boy, did it get in. But he got enough of it. You can see that bat start to come apart.
Yeah, there's a little splinter that you can see floating through the air. Now Chandler up here. Fouls it back. Sacrifice his first time.
Authenticated.
Yep.
Look at that.
Ryan Valade model right there.
Yeah. Splintered. It is.
The Rays have had runners in 3 of the 4 innings. Now in scoring position in 2 of those. Chandler started the day hitting .290 for the year. Ground ball through the right side for a base hit. Aranda's going to be held at third, and the Rays have loaded the bases. Boy, 3 singles. The out was that shot off the back of Caminero, and the Rays have loaded the bases. And Johnny DeLuca will be coming up.
Well, today's Blue Moon bright spot. Let's take a look. Since the break, the average 300, couple of home runs, 8 runs driven in. You can add to that total. You can add to that. You can add to all these totals. And with runners in scoring position, how about that? 4 out of 7. Now this is your shot. And there's that pitch count. How about that? That's an interesting place to put that. Yeah, they don't call them all. Pitchers don't call all of their pitches. Some probably do. But you get an idea sometimes during the course of a sequence of what you want to go to. You don't want to have to wait for the catcher to hit his button. You can hit yours, and for Anthony Kay, keeps it right on that glove.
But Johnny DeLuca up here now in a big spot. Bases loaded. The pitch is inside. 1-0. Well, the breakdown lefty-righty for Kay. Left-handed hitters 182 and right-handed hitters 280 off him. A little tap foul. Counts 1-1. White Sox scored 2 unearned runs in the first inning. And a little popper going to be handled by the shortstop. And that is out number 2.
It almost looked like Colson Montgomery was considering letting that ball drop on purpose to try to then turn it into something.
Malachi Moore right out there making sure that he called it. So no need for the, oh, I dropped it. Let's get a double play instead. Move.
Hi, Jinx.
The chop by Williamson back off the mound. Kay, throw to first, got him. And the Rays will leave the bases loaded. And we have gone through 4, 3-0 Chicago. Well, a 3-0 ball game on the 5th inning, and Griffin Jacks out to the hill.
How about StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud? Let's take a look at his strikeouts and look at how he has really gone north and south. You got that 2-seamer right there in the middle, the 4-seam up above the zone, the changeup down below. So he has had things working. Some tough luck early on as the White Sox built their lead. But 4 innings. Just the 1 earned run, hasn't walked anybody, has punched out 8. Stuff is there.
Coming off 10 strikeouts in just under 6 innings his last outing against Texas.
The batter's challenging the pitch.
Antonacci, I think, might get this one. This is a good sweeper, but it looked to be below the zone.
Pitches the ball.
Oh, you're right on it again. Eagle eye.
That one wasn't that hard. Good looking pitch. Nice job by Fortes. He didn't help matters. That was a pretty good frame.
Lifted back into right field. DeLuca's going to go to the track, and he'll have room. That is out number 1. Build your own Rays membership with the new Fans Choice Plan. Choose 10 or more games for the rest of the regular season and save 15% on every ticket. Plus, enjoy exclusive member perks like postseason priority, access to the Republic Bank draft room, and more. Visit RaysBaseball.com/choice. Munataka Murakami up here. He has struck out twice, looking in the first, swinging the last time. 1-0 count. Missed the fastball up there. Would foul back, and Cortez caught part of that in more ways than one.
And it's always him. And it's always him.
Yep.
We talk about it almost every game that he's back there. There's his running mate, Hunter Fiducia.
And somehow Fiducia avoids that.
He does.
I mean,
I know.
I don't know that he's more nimble. He's more fortunate. I mean, catchers are going to get their share.
That's right. Just more fortunate. But it almost is every game Nick Fortes gets clipped in a not so great way.
Now the 1-2. Down, block, 2-2. Jack's working here in the 5th inning. Starting to push 80 pitches. Ground ball. Backhand pick there. Nice job. Aranda steps on the bag. 2 up and 2 down in the 5th. Base is empty, and Miguel Vargas walking to the plate. Vargas homered in his first at bat in this series. That came Friday, and no hits since. Outside. Griffin Jack's about to hit the 80 mark in pitches. There it is. Number 80 is a strike. His overall earned run average coming into this game 374, but his last 5 home starts under 2.5, 2.45. 1-2 now. Giving up 3 in this one, and the first 2 were unearned.
Yeah. And he's done a really good job of getting that pitch count into order after that first inning.
Fly ball, right field. Johnny DeLuca has it. 3 up, 3 down. Cedric Mullins leads off when we return.
Well, Long Island's about 1,400 square miles in terms of the area. And how about 2 southpaws that went to the same high school here when you've got Kay on the mound and, of course, Steven Matz that's there for the Rays. Both went to Ward Melville High School there in Long Island. The 2 are about 4 years separated, but I talked to Steven Matz today about Anthony Kay, and he said it's always been a nice kid, happy for the success that he's been having this year. And the connection dates back a while. You know, their high school really known more for lacrosse than baseball, but Matz was the guy who kind of set the stage for that baseball pipeline. Anthony was the one to follow a couple of years later. They both were drafted by the Mets, both were in that organization, and then both were traded to Toronto as well and got a chance to play together with the Blue Jays. So the connection's there. And by the way, Dwayne B.A., we did a little bit more research. Hat tip to our director, Gary. Steven Matz's sister dated Anthony Kay back when they were in middle school. So how about that? A little connection between the two. And by the way, Matzy said it was all good. They had a good relationship, and he was happy that she was dating such a nice guy.
Did you confirm that information from our infamous director?
When Gary gives me info, I have to go directly to sources to make sure that we validate it, but I can confirm that was true. And Steven Matz kind of shrugged it off, smiled, and said, yeah, they dated for a little bit, but it seemed to go pretty well.
Well, it's good to know that we can still rely on your credibility, because you're the guy on this staff who still has some. and we want to guard it. So nice going.
I had to double and triple check, Dwayne. You know, when Gary tells you something, at first you're like, that's not true. Then you got to go and do all the research. It's true.
And there you go. So, nice going.
Yeah, the man on the street retains the credibility, right?
One gone. Mullins out on that little hopper down to first, and here is Nick Fortes taking a strike. Fortes popped to second his first time. He's had a couple hits off Kay. Not a lot of at-bats in his Rays lineup against Anthony Kay, but Fortes came in 2 for 2 in his career against him. 0 for 1 today and down 0-2 in the count this time. One ball, 2 strikes. Kay made his there's Kimbrel up in the bullpen for the Rays right now. In the center field, that will carry out to Peters, and he makes the catch for the out. 2 gone. Kay made his major league debut against the Rays. That was in early September here at Tropicana Field in 2019. And pitched 5 2/3, gave up a couple runs in that one. And here he is after spending a couple years in Yokohama in Japanese Central League, back in the big leagues with the White Sox, and coming in 7-5 through 20 starts this year. One strike to Yandy. Brings him back a little there. 1-1. Two balls and a strike. Two. The Rays loaded the bases in the 4th inning, left them that way. Loaded with 1 out. Base hit the second from Valade. 4 hits total. It's out of play.
See, trying to teach him. No, see, you're not hearing it. You're not. See, you gotta hear it.
Full count. A lot of ways to pass the time.
I was gonna say. I mean, you never know. You never know what you find in a big league clubhouse, a dugout during a game. A little bongo lesson.
And the shortstop on the chop. Montgomery's throw in time, and it's a 1-2-3 fifth through 5, 3-0 Chicago.
It's the summer sale.
Well, the White Sox continue to lead the Rays 3-0 as we head into the top of the 6th inning. And with Kimbrel coming into this game, let's take a look at our Toyota trend. The Rays bullpen, last 7 games, they have been dominant. 27 2/3 innings, just 3 runs given up, 32 punch outs. That whip right there of .76, just not allowing a lot of base runners and therefore not allowing a lot of runs. Done a great job of that.
So Craig Kimbrel will face Colson Montgomery to begin the inning. Foul ball. Montgomery doubled and scored a run in their 2-run first inning.
Really good numbers, respectable numbers there from Craig Kimbrel with the Rays. An ERA just over 3. Pretty good whip right there, 1.13. Almost a strikeout an inning.
And a changeup. And Montgomery way out in front, 0-2.
It's the mandatory pitch, right?
Yep.
You only throw it 2% of the time, but that number will increase. You continue to pitch for the Rays. They are loving that pitch up and down the staff. And I'll tell you what, for a 2%er, that was a pretty good changeup that he threw right there.
Yep. And he goes upstairs and gets him there.
That changeup will make that fastball a little bit better, and a lot better when you put it in a location like that. You've got the control of the count, so you're going to climb the ladder with 94. Look at how that ball just literally is climbing through the air. Our Orlando Health slow-mo replay, and just not able to get up there. That ladder high fastball.
Swing and a strike. Benintendi has reached on an error and has homered. Back into straightaway center. Pretty well tagged. Back Mullins. He's going to have room and makes the catch. A step from the fence in center field.
That was a hold your breath off the bat. You were
Yep.
thankful that it was this straightaway center field, because that's the biggest part of the field. But you knew that ball was well struck by Benintendi. Just not well enough.
Christian Peters. It's the ball. Kimbrough spent some time in a White Sox uniform. Raven is 1-1. You know, that long stretch with Atlanta and then San Diego and Boston with the Cubs, and 21 split time between the Cubs and the White Sox. 2 balls and a strike. The Dodgers and the Phillies, Orioles, Atlanta, Houston, the Mets, and now the Rays. Three and 1. 19th appearance with the Rays. Meidroth on deck. And a 2-out walk will get Meidroth to the plate and send Peters down to first. Calling all Golden Rays. If you're 60 or older, time to enjoy America's favorite pastime for less. Rays offers special discounted tickets to select games just for seniors. Catch the excitement at Tropicana Field. Find out more. Get verified at raysbaseball.com/golden. Reese Meidroth takes the ball. 2 outs and a man at first.
Sunday afternoon baseball get-ups, right? I mean, representing all the teams.
Yep. There you are. Those outfits complement each other, not necessarily matching, but they certainly complement each other.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, I kind of like those.
Yeah. Well, this would be the place to wear it. I mean, that's day game baseball apparel for sure.
Yep.
Sunday afternoon. Oh, the glove.
Yeah, see there?
She's got the glove at the ready. Love that too.
2 and 2. Yeah, always have to have the glove, just in case.
Yeah, you can't wear those jackets without having a glove, right?
That's right.
I mean, that makes it mandatory. Glove is not optional.
Runner breaks, pitches a ball. Throw is just not in time. Back of the bag there. Meidroth avoided that tag until the last moment, and there's a stolen base. He is Now 6 of 11 in the steal department. And Peters finds himself in scoring position.
Oh, that high leg kick right there gives him the jump, and Fortes does everything that he can, but just not quite in time.
And there is ball 4, so a pair of 2-out walks. 2 on, 2 out. Kyle Snyder trots to the hill. 3-run game here, middle part of this game, 6th inning. And Everson Pereira scheduled to hit. Rays don't want to give up any more runs here. 2 of the runs came in the first, 2 unearned. Benintendi hit the home run in the 4th inning. So 5 innings for Griffin Jax, 3 runs, 1 earned, and Kimbrel in his first inning out of the bullpen. Well, here is the White Sox right fielder. Pereira takes strike 1. It's a foul ball, 0-2. Ball, 2 strikes. Kimbrel worked 2/3 of an inning in the Thursday game with Texas in here. It's a game when the Rays beat Texas 3-2, and the Rays used 7 pitchers in that game.
The catcher's
Ball
challenging
call,
the pitch.
and Fortes is going to challenge it.
Pitches the ball.
And look at that, just off. So it's 2-2. Shot deep into left center field. That's going to be off the wall. Peters will score. They're going to send Medrith to the plate. He will score. It's a double for Pereira. And the White Sox tack on 2 more. This with 2 outs, nobody on, 2 walks, then the double.
Every mistake that the Rays have made today, the White Sox have capitalized. It was the errors and the misplays early in the game, and then you just pointed out, Dwayne, it was the 2 out walks. And all of a sudden Pereira gets a ball that's out over the plate. He's able to shoot it into the gap in left center field. I'll tell you, this White Sox offense has been opportunistic today.
Drew Romo, the catcher, skies one on the infield. That's Aranda to make the catch. Got the first 2, but then gave up 2. A man left. It's 5-0.
A century ago.
Dwayne, we sometimes are in the business of selling hope, and we've had to keep shifting the gears on Ford Keys because they keep blowing up in our face. But here we are. We're finally here, and our Ford Keys are the Rays. If they're going to win this game, guess what? They're going to have to come back. Well, they've done it 27 times. That's tied for the 2nd most in the American League, and 17 have come here at home, where they own the best record in Major League Baseball. So that's what we're selling.
Rays 41-17 at home. And they come to bat at the bottom of the 6th inning. So it's time to start thinking about making a move here.
That's it.
One strike here on Aranda with the foul ball back. Been on twice, reaching on an error and picking up a base hit. Foul the other way. Rays wrapping up this 10-day, 9-game homestand. That's Steven Matz up in the bullpen for the Rays. And Aranda is out on strikes. Sweeper got him, and he is the first out in the 6th inning. Second strikeout for Anthony Kay.
Boy, look at the horizontal movement on that pitch. He starts that breaker off the plate in and sweeps it all the way to the other side. I mean, that is so difficult, especially left on left, to stay off that pitch. And if you are going to swing at it, to even reach it.
Yep. Junior Caminero, 30 homers, 66 runs batted in. Reaching for that one. Change up out in front. 1-1. Caminero hit a hot shot to right field in the 4th inning, caught by Pereira. Grounded into a 5-4-3 double play in the 1st.
The catcher's challenge in the pitch.
Well, that's ball 2, and we're going to have a challenge here.
Pitches the ball. Chicago is out of challenges.
So the pitch is, in fact, out of the zone, and that's going to do it in the challenge department for the White Sox. And it's now 3-1. Chopper foul, runs it all the way out to 3-2. Chopper over the head of the pitcher Gay, and the throw to first not going to be in time. Mydrith, the second baseman, made the pickup and had to throw across his body against his momentum.
You know, he made that play in yesterday's game. Very similar. Had to cover a lot of ground on the other side of second base with all the momentum headed out to left field and make the throw. Did it yesterday and not enough on it today, and Junior's able to beat it.
See the scoop by Murakami over there. So the Rays with a man aboard for Ryan Valade. Ryan 2 for 2. He sends a high fly ball back into left, and now left center where Peters comes over to make the catch. And Antonacci had a couple of starts and stops there. He wasn't quite sure, and Peters came over to take care of the putout.
And all the while, he was still calling for it. You're right. Yeah. Very uncertain with the route, but very confident with that he was going to catch it. Peters is like, let me handle this.
Well, you got to have confidence even in doubtful situations. And he did. And he knew Peters was over there. Ground ball, base hit off the bat of Chandler Simpson. And so the Rays put a couple men on here. Chandler with his second hit.
Okay, this is what we need right here, Dwayne. We need a Johnny DeLuca laser beam into left center field, and we want to see how close Chandler Simpson can get to Junior Caminero. They'll both be running on contact, and you want a gapper, and let's see how close he can get.
You're going to get at least a 90-foot head start.
This is going to be like the freeze in Atlanta.
Yeah. And there's a strike to DeLuca. Started wide and swept over.
And Junior's thinking the same thing. Contact, get a great jump, and you got to go. You got to go because look who's coming up the backside.
Foul back, 0-2. Grant Taylor, who's been a big strikeout per inning guy, getting loose in the bullpen. Little tap. That's going to be trouble. No play and the bases are loaded. So how about that? DeLuca with a base hit. Caminero to third, Simpson to second. Not exactly what we were talking about, but the Rays will take it.
Absolutely. Just keep it going. Just reaching out, hits that ball right out into the ground, and it just doesn't go anywhere. DeLuca hustling up the line. Vargas coming from so far back. He's playing deep. There's no chance there's no play anywhere. Boy, I'll tell you, this is another one of those visits too. Yeah, they're going to go over here what we're going to try and do against Ben Williamson, but you're trying to calm your pitcher down too because Anthony Kay was visibly frustrated when there was no play made there. There was no play to be made, and kind of frustrated that that turned into a hit, and he's got another bases loaded situation.
Well, Ben Williamson about to step into the batter's box against the lefty Anthony Kay. Kay with 5 2/3 under his belt, worked 5 1/3 last time out against New York against the Yankees. And he gets ahead of Williamson with the first pitch strike. Close, 1-1. Caminero third, Simpson second, DeLuca first. 1-1 to Williamson, ground ball shortstop. Montgomery to Mydrith for the force, and the Rays leave him loaded for the second time in the last 3 innings. It's 5-0.
This is it.
Hey, we are here in the Rooms to Go Lounge, and with the trade deadline looming tomorrow, we're starting to see some moves being made. A couple pitchers have already been taken, one affecting the team we are actually playing. The Chicago White Sox acquiring Luis Castillo from Seattle, veteran right-hander in his 10th Major League season. He's an innings eater, and they needed some help on the mound to help out the rotation and the depth there. But this is the big one. Tarek Skubal going to the LA Dodgers. The big lefty, pretty much the best left-hander in the game at this point. He came on strong lately, boys. Last 6 starts, he is 4-1 with a 1.95 ERA.
Showing everybody that he's healthy after having that loose body removed from his elbow earlier in the season. That's an interesting trade. Number one, that it happened almost 2 full days before the deadline. And you know, you listen to people talk about that trade, and not everybody is overwhelmed with the package that Detroit got back. I know that he's a rental, and you're probably not going to be able to re-sign him, but I bet you the Dodgers think that they're going to be able to re-sign him.
I would think they do.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, Steven Matz on the hill now for the Rays, and he quickly jumps in front of Sam Antonacci. 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'll tell you, the guys between Clevenger and Baker, they've been very busy out of that Rays bullpen. Steven Matz worked a couple innings on Thursday in the Texas series. Back out here, pitcher number 3 for the Rays in this game. Tap back to the mound, turn and throw. And that's out number 1. Well, what a great job Brian Baker has done out of that bullpen. 31 saves.
You know, and that was a slider grip. And I think he's reteaching himself the slider because everything's been fastball changeup. You don't see that pitch very often. He's like, okay, so this is how you hold that pitch. That's right. Don't throw it much anymore. But you're right. He's been outstanding. The season number's great. He has 20 consecutive saves. His last blown save, and it was interesting because Jacob Latz with the Texas Rangers had been on a consecutive save streak coming in here earlier this homestand. But his last blown save, both of those guys, it was back on May the 13th. Since then, they've both been perfect. And there's the save streak right there as he continues to climb that list.
Well, there's some great closers on that list. And he's right there in the middle of it.
He's got the major league lead now.
Yep.
31 saves and 34 attempts. Past Cade Smith of Cleveland at 30.
Interesting how things work out. You know, you break camp, start the year, and the roles somehow settle in the way they should, and that's what happened there.
You know, and you're right, and it wasn't that long ago that he came into a game in the 8th inning.
Yep.
After he had already established himself as kind of like the guy, but still, that's that selfless nature that this entire team really has. But you're right, he wasn't the full-blown anointed closer coming out of spring training, but he certainly has made himself the one, right?
Yeah, and I think when you looked at the bullpen, you know, you look at certain people and what they feature and how they go about it. You're not altogether surprised that he has emerged as that, but you're right. Coming out of spring training, here a little tap here and a glove toss. Relayed, got that ball over to Aranda. 2 up and 2 down.
Well, you're not going to probably be able to make the throw here. Murakami coming up, and it's just an easy little toss there for Valade. Makes that look smooth, right on the money.
So with 2 outs, the bases are empty. You know, Vargas fouled out, struck out, and flied out. Ball, no strikes. 1-1. Jacks for 5. Kimbrel for 1, and now Matz down to third. Caminero up and out with the throw. 3 up, 3 down, 3 ground ball outs. 7th inning stretch time, 5-0 Chicago.
The welcome.
Rays TV is brought to you by Orlando Health. We make it personal. By Suncoast Credit Union. Score. Be free checking with more perks to save big. Open your account at suncoast.com. And by Bob's Carpet and Flooring. More savings, more selection, more locations, and more than just carpet. Five nothing. Rays coming in to hit in the bottom of the 7th inning. And they have faced Anthony Kay all day. Fans taking the 7th inning stretch. And the youngster there saying, "Go Rays."
Yes. Saw some rally popcorn too. Tarps off.
Yep. Now the 7th inning, sponsored by Hyundai. Well, they got it going on every game out there.
Yeah. Uh-oh. And he's got his glove ready too. I didn't realize that was a vest. From
Tell you, completely dressed for the occasion.
Isn't he on the $20 bill?
Let me check. Cedric Mullins. Inside. Mullins seeing that one 1-1. Well, the Rays had the bases loaded with 1 out in the 4th, left them that way. Loaded the bases with 2 outs in the 6th and left them that way. Left a man at second, back in the 2nd. So they stranded 7. They've out hit Chicago 7-5, but trailed by 5. Two. Okay, just over 80 pitches now. And he gets the strikeout swinging. Got him with the slider. Struck him out with a fastball back in the 3rd. And that accounts for 2 of his 3 strikeouts.
Boy, look at that sweep again. He takes it right to the edge of the zone, just off the plate. Been sharp, and he has been efficient too, as you pointed out. His pitch count here, 1 out into the 7th.
Tez looks at a pitch upstairs. His high pitch count was 101. That was back in June on the 22nd. 6 innings against Cleveland, 101. Early in the year, Kansas City, in his 3rd appearance, he made 100 pitches in that one. Chopped foul. 1. When he went to Japan in 25, he made 24 starts. The year before that, 24 starts. Pitch is upstairs. And he had a ground ball rate one year of just under 68%. I mean, that's staggering.
That would be right at the top. You'd be the first percentile in Major League Baseball. That is astronomical.
Counts full now, 3-2. Coming into today's game, his ground ball rate with the White Sox a little better than 43%. He used his time wisely in the Japanese Central League. Back in the big leagues now. 3-2 is fouled away.
Yeah, how about this, Dwayne? You know who has the highest ground ball percentage in Major League Baseball? Tim Hill, the Yankees, at 67.4%.
How about that, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. There's a walk where he's got a base runner with 1 out. Catch Jordan Davis at Tropicana Field Saturday the 15th of August. Rays take on the Orioles. Back-to-back entertainment in just 1 ticket. And level up your experience with an on-field wristband to get even closer to the music. RaysBaseball.com/concerts. And that's going to do it for Anthony Kay. 6 1/3. Back with a new pitcher in a moment.
It's the summer.
White Sox make a pitching change. Anthony Kay, 89 pitches after 6 1/3, leaves with a man on. in favor of Grant Taylor. And top of the lineup for the Rays, Yandy Diaz up for his 4th plate appearance. And a little pitch com issue here. Taylor trying to get that straightened away.
Well, the 4-seamer almost half the time, and for good reason, as you see right down here. That average fastball at 98 miles per hour, curveball slider.
The first pitch, Yandy lifts it down that right side, foul, going to be out of reach. Herrera hustling over there, but no chance. That's a strike. 2. Take a look at that last pitch.
I mean, a 12-6 curveball. He drops it right into the corner.
Foul ball there.
Uncomfortable at bat so far for Yandy. That fastball in, and he's just in survival mode trying to foul that one off.
Yandy with 2 prior at bats in his career against him is 1 for 2 off him. That's foul back. Count holding right there at 2 strikes. Two. 1 on, 1 out. Cortez drew the walk. Later it gets, the better he gets. That tells you something there. Hitting over 400, 7th inning and beyond.
And then you combine that with his batting average with runners in scoring position, all of the big moments late in games, and he's just able to remain calm, kind of slow down the heart rate a little bit, and stay focused.
Battling here behind in the count.
He's a guy that doesn't muddle up his mind with too much information. He wants the basics, and then he's going to let his approach take over, and it is a solid approach that Yandy has, and he very rarely deviates from it.
And he is out on strikes on the curveball.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, that was a tough at bat. He did a good job of trying to battle and stay in it, but you could see from the beginning that it was a difficult at bat. And then he goes after this breaking ball that ends up just short of home plate. That spike curveball.
Now the left-handed bat of Jonathan Aranda. Chops it out to short. Montgomery's throw to first. Time, and the Rays are out in the 7th, trailing 5-0.
Well, Dwayne B.A., we have been waiting and wondering if the Rays were going to make a move here with the trade deadline closing in tomorrow. 6 p.m. is the deadline, and they have in fact made an acquisition. Freddie Peralta coming over from the New York Mets. The Rays trading 3 of their prospects, including their 15th ranked overall prospect in Aiden Smith. You see the career numbers for Peralta, the 2-time All-Star, 30-year-old. And I will tell you, Rays President of Baseball Ops Eric Neander saying in a statement that they're excited to welcome him, a proven major league starter with high-stakes experience and a strong track record. Adding a pitcher and competitor of his caliber strengthens our team as we push forward. Dwayne B.A., his numbers in New York haven't been really up to the standard that Peralta maybe would have liked this season, but if there's any team that you know that can get the ship righted for Peralta, it's going to be this group. Excited to welcome the veteran to our rotation.
Well, I'll tell you, if try to load up as much as you can. And there's a guy who has been a winner, who has carried the load. And so it'll be interesting to see him come in here, slide into that rotation. And you have to think this is a significant plus for the Rays.
Yeah, I think it's a great move for both. You know, Freddie Peralta, get him out of New York, get him over here with this group. This is a great group to be able to come into, and boy, do they know how to, you know, to work their pitching magic. And as you pointed out, he's got a track record, 75-51 over the course of his career. So he is a winner. He has been in big spots. He has pitched in huge games. It's a great get.
1-2 popped up foul, and that's out of play. Alex Cook out there on the mound for the Rays now in the 8th inning. Peralta's a guy who can step in and give you quality innings as well. That's a strike call. And one away here in the 8th inning. Well, let's take a look at the newest addition.
Well, you can see the sweeping breaking ball right there, and as you talked about, you know, the other thing that he does, I just say the one thing, he takes the ball. I mean, this is a guy every 5 days, he is out there making his starts, very reliable, very durable, and not having the type of year that you would have expected out of him, that he would have expected out of himself, but maybe a change of scenery turns that all around.
Well, and his track record is he's going to give you quality.
And you're going to win.
Yeah. 1-0 to Benintendi. Going to be down. 2 balls, no strikes. That's a shot into right and tracked down by Johnny DeLuca. So Benintendi, who had homered to right back in the 4th inning, hit that ball pretty well, but DeLuca was right there. And Tristan Peters. A strike. One. And a pop up out of play. Ball, 2 strikes. Count right there. 1-2. Two. Will be playable. Caminero is near the line and makes that catch. 1-2-3 in the 8th for Alex Cook. Today's drone coverage, thanks to Union Home Mortgage. Beautiful scenics throughout the Tampa Bay region. There over St. Petersburg. Gorgeous. Bottom of the 5th, Junior Caminero to lead off. Is down. Junior had a base hit, infield hit in the 6th inning. Got a shot on a line to right, caught by Herrera back in the 4th. And there's one punched up the middle and a base hit. Junior 2 for 4, and the Rays put the leadoff man on base. 3rd time that's happened today in the 8 innings. So far, no runs.
Well, that ball running right to the inside corner, and Junior with that quick bat able to shoot that ball through the middle of the field. Gonna need a whole lot more of those, though.
There's Ryan Valade, who's 2 for 3. Upstairs, Anthony Kay worked 6 1/3. Grant Taylor came on, got 2 outs in the 7th. Now the base hit in the 8th. 1-1. Ball 2 strikes. Two and two. And to 3rd. Vargas to 2nd, over to 1st, and just in time to get the double play. 5-4-3. The White Sox go around the horn for 2 there.
This right here has been the story of the day. I mean, right when the Rays have something going, White Sox are able to put a quash on it. If the Rays open the door just a little bit, White Sox have been able to take full advantage. Frustrating day so far. Not over yet, but it's getting late.
Chandler swings and misses. He's 2 for 2. Down to sacrifice in the 2nd inning. 2 hits. Down 0-2 right now. This one all the way, and it's low. Ball 2 strikes. You know, the more you think about that that deal the Rays have made to get Peralta, you know, you go Drew Rasmussen and Shane McClanahan back, and Nick Martinez, and then Peralta.
Pretty formidable.
Yes, it is. Montgomery, wide throw. Simpson takes off for 2nd. He will beat the throw. The play backed up by the catcher Romo, and his throw was not in time. And Chandler winds up at 2nd base.
The speed. You know, Colson Montgomery knows that he has to make a perfect play on a tough play to get Chandler Simpson. Chopper, and just rushes the throw and just pulls it. That's not a real easy throw to make. Usually those throws go to the arm side. He was able to pull that all the way across his body, overcompensated, and Chandler Simpson. That speed forced that mistake.
Well, a hit and an error. 3-hit day for Simpson. The ground ball grabbed by Vargas at third, and the throw to first to retire DeLuca. And that's quite a play by Vargas down there. Rays get ahead, leave a man. We go to the ninth. 5-0 Chicago.
They say tennis is great.
You're watching Rays baseball presented by Union Home Mortgage. And like that, parked his horse outside. All set to go immediately following the game. Oh, another great hat shot between a Sox fan and a Rays fan. Bridging the gap. Margaret down 0-2. Alex Cook worked a 1-2-3/8 inning, beginning the ninth. Into left center field, and that will drop. Simpson makes the pickup. So runner aboard. Scan the QR code. Take our quick 5-minute survey to help shape the future Count-O's Rays experience.
Interesting choice.
Shape the future right there.
Yeah, there you go. You've got the Ray, and then there's a helmet on top of the Ray. It's like one of those little Sunday helmets. You get the ice cream in.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Like to see his closet.
Maybe not. 1-0 pitch deep into left center field. That ball's got some carry to it, and that's going to get out of here. Pereira hits his 4th home run of the year. Boy, that ball just kept carrying to the left center side. And he has driven in 4 of the 7 runs today for Chicago.
Boy, he got those hips open, swiveled on that pitch that was in, and clear the hips and get the barrel. And that's why you bring your glove.
A big day for Pereira. Drew Romo fell back for a strike.
Not real happy right now. Had the one shot, the bare hand, and it.
Got to grab the opportunity when it presents itself.
Yeah. I mean, that. If it looks could kill. He's not real happy. Don't blame him.
He's ready. And that's a strike, and Romo is out number 1. Out on strikes for the 3rd time. Well, on what has been pretty much a Chicago day, 7-0. The Rays pitching now has 11 strikeouts. They had 16 in the game yesterday. Here's Antonacci taking ball 1. Too tight. 2-0. 3-1. Rays have Chris Roycroft up in the bullpen. That foul ball is going to take the count full unless Caminero catches it, and he does. That ball stayed in play. His momentum carried him to the base of the stands and the screening back a third. That's out number 2. Taka up there. Taka Murakami. 1 strike. That's strike 2. Managed a 1-0 win yesterday after a 6-1 loss on Friday. And the White Sox have scored 7 runs, 7 hits today. The Rays have out hit them 9-7, but they trail 7-0. Two balls, 2 strikes. Hey, there's a hat shot.
Oh, yes.
3-2, and that's you know, a decorative item for the catch.
Sure. How about it? How about it?
That's a hot shot up the right side, fair into the corner. It'll be 2 bases for Murakami. And that's his first hit of the day, his 10th double of the year.
Well, that keeps his hit streak and his on-base streak going, right? Certainly the on-base streak.
Yeah, he had an 18-game hit on-base streak coming in, and a pitching change coming up.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Tampa Bay Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Hey, there's another hat. We're getting creative.
I always wonder what the thought was behind that hat at a ball game.
Well, the first pitch, Miguel Vargas gets hold of this one and sends it deep into left center field and greets Chris Roycroft with a blast. And he brought the glove and made the play. Impressive out there on the catch on the home run by Vargas. The White Sox have hit 2 two-run home runs here in the 9th inning to make it 9-0.
I mean, a mistake right out over the plate. Vargas, and there's the catch. That's what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. There you go, cheering on the youngster who made the catch. You know what? I'm voting in favor of nothing but crowd shots the rest of the way. It's been our best work.
Well, we've seen a lot of great stuff, including a great catch right there.
I mean, how about that? You sit out there all game long, and then within a few minutes, that section gets 2.
Yep.
That row gets 2. And then
everybody's anticipating something now.
How about that? Yeah, that hat and that hair.
I mean, who knew there were this many hat shots at the ballpark today?
You know what? And I'm starting to feel like there's more, that we could unearth more. We had a dinosaur hat.
Yes, we did.
We did.
Yep. And there's a swing and miss. Montgomery out on strike. 7 men come to the plate. It's now 9-0 Chicago.
Great.
Well, a 4-run top of the ninth makes it 9-0. The Rays coming in for their final shot. And speaking of shots, how about that headgear?
Yeah, I mean,
that's some great crafting work done right
certainly
there.
Is. That is, there's a lot to dissect there.
Well, here's the first pitch. Ben Williamson shoots this one, and that ball is out of here. Williamson jumped on the first pitch served by Duncan DeVitt and hits it out, his 3rd home run of the year, and the Rays are on the board. Well, line drive home run.
Yes. That was an absolute blast. That 2-seamer runs in off the plate. That's actually a ball. But Williamson showing a quick bat, barrels it, and hits that liner that gets out of here in a hurry. Now, if the Rays could do that 8 more times, we've got something.
Mullins takes that first pitch for a ball. His right-hander up for his 2nd stint with the White Sox. He is behind Mullins 3-0. Came up from AAA Charlotte. Three and 1. Coming into this inning, the Rays had stranded 9 base runners. High pop foul, and the call may. Oh, I'll tell you, a caught down there, and slight collision, but that's out number 1.
Miguel Vargas over at first base now, and Chase Mydruth. You could hear up in the booth Vargas calling for it.
Yep.
I don't know how Chase didn't hear it.
So 1 away.
I suspect I do know, though. You get going on a piece of gum like Chase Mydruth does, it does affect hearing. There you go. Relentless.
See there. 1-1. They made a couple changes on that infield with Vargas over there. Of course, who knew that he was going to get involved with that high popper? There's a shot off the bat of Cortez. It's going to roll to the wall. The Rays catcher on his way to 2nd and is in there, arriving ahead of the throw. So he has a double. The Rays in double figures in the hit department.
He just absolutely slaps that ball out into left field to the wall. That ball flattened out in the middle of the plate. Nick Fortes with the flat swing just blisters it. Another ball hit real hard this inning by the Rays.
Well, Richie Palacios will now hit in the place of Yandy. Chopped foul. So the Rays about hit Chicago 11-9, but they trailed 9-1. Rays finally on the board on the Williamson home run to open the bottom of the 9th inning. Foul right back. Out of play. Vargas at first, Midra's at second. They have Acuna in the game at short. Montgomery moving over to play third, vacated when Vargas went from third to first. Murakami out of the game. One and two. Cut and miss. Count number 2. After giving up the home run and the double, 2 outs now. And Jonathan Aranda comes to the plate. Aranda with a single in the 4th. And a roller to the right side. Picked up by Vargas, and the toss to first will end this game. And the White Sox have taken 2 of 3 from the Rays. Rays finally got on the board in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's a 9-1 final here. And the Rays postgame comes your way next. It begins right now.